So, as you probably noticed, we recently got a new battle pass called Armour Breaking Ambusher, and with it comes a new list of challenges that we'll have to do in order to progress faster and claim all those rewards. Today we'll take a look at those challenges and I'll give you my advice on which vehicle to use to progress faster. I will not include premium or no longer available vehicles, and I'll primarily talk about vehicles from rank 3 to 6 to make it casual player friendly. Also, I'll focus mainly on missions including ground vehicles, and I invite you to do those challenges while playing the main 3 countries of the game, USA, Germany and Russia, since they have the most diverse and complete lineup, but I'll still go over the minor faction at times. We'll start at the third challenge. The first 2 were just asking you to kill enemies and there were no gimmicks attached to those, so I assume you completed them passively while playing. Challenge number 3 is as follows. You need to kill 7 enemies in any number of battles while using a tank destroyer and an SPA. For tanks, use your favorite light, medium or heavy as long as it's a rank 3 and above, nothing special here. For tank destroyers, I recommend using the M36 found in the US, Japanese, Chinese, Italian and French tech trees. It has a wonderful gun, good ammunition type, especially the version with hit FS, and it has great mobility. In the German tech tree, try using the Emil, just because it can one-shot anything from 1.0 to 6.3, or the Yak Panther for increased survivability. In the Soviet tech tree, try using the SU-100 or 2S3M, just because 6.3 is down-tiered quite a lot, making your life much easier. I wouldn't recommend doing this challenge as Great Britain, but if you still want to do it with this country, try the G6 or the Conway and just 9. Same thing for Sweden. I don't really recommend doing this mission with this country, but you can use the PVKV2 at 4.0, it's pretty good. And finally, don't use Israel. For the SPA, I recommend you to play Germany and use either the Ostwind 1 or 2. Russia is also a good pick, with the BTR-ZD, due to its high rate of fire. Great Britain also has one good anti-air, the Skink, which is basically a Wirbelwind but with a roof. For China, the ZSD-63 is a nice pick since it's a BTR-ZD but at 4.3. I don't recommend Japan, Italy, France, Sweden or Israel for their lack of choice. The next challenge asks you to destroy 100 ground targets in air battles. For this one you have 2 possible strategies. Strategy number 1, you strike aircraft. They have an air spawn and can reach the enemy lines before being intercepted by fighters, so you can use, for example, the Messerschmitt 410 or Do 335 as Germany and the Su-6 as Russia. The strategy number 2 revolves around using fighters at 6.0 BR. Your goal is to face Germany, which will use a ton of premium bombers like the Junkers 288, leaving your team most of the time with a certain fighter superiority. Once you take care of the meager enemy fighter force, you will be free to destroy a lot of ground targets safely, like artillery and anti-air emplacements. For this strategy, any fighter will do as long as it's between 5.3 and 6.3. The next challenge is all about team play. You need to receive the Help with Repairing and Firefighter award 20 times. I would advise not to focus on this one too much, just play like you usually do and complete this one passively. You can potentially cheese it with a squad mate by purposely damaging your own trucks over and over again, by falling down a hill for example, but that's up to you. This challenge is similar to the third one, but this time you need to kill 7 or 5, I don't know, description says 7 but the achievement says 5, enemies with a light tank, a bomber and a torpedo boat. I have no naval units, so I'll skip this part, my apologies. For the light tank, as the US, I would go for the M18 or the T92, both are very good flankers. For Germany, use the M41 because, you don't have much choice anyway. For Russia, the PT-76 is a good pick, thanks to its hit FS. For the UK, use the Concept 3, it's very fast and has very good armor penetration at its BR. For Japan, use the M24 because, for whatever reason, for them it's a rank 3 vehicle. For China and Italy, go for the M18. For France, the ABR is just too nasty to not go for it. You can also use the Char 25T, but remember to flank. For Sweden, the IKV-91 is a no-brainer. Hit FS plus laser rangefinder is a devastating combo. And finally, I don't recommend doing this challenge with Israel. I'll skip the next challenge, for it's all about naval. For the usual 20,000 points while using a Battle Pass vehicle, you don't have much choice. If you purchased the Battle Pass, use the new German light vehicle, and if you didn't purchase it, use the new Japanese plane once you unlock it. The next challenge asks you to destroy 3 vehicles as a light tank without dying. For this one you can use all the light tanks that I mentioned earlier and play very cautiously. A very safe way to do it would be to use the AKV-91 and just snipe at very long range, but some practice might be required though. This one asks you to destroy 15 vehicles of another military branch than the one you are using. For example, ground must destroy air, air must destroy ground or naval, etc. As a ground vehicle, use one of the SPA we mentioned earlier. If you want to make it extra easy, and if you have those vehicles unlocked, try using the Ocelot or the Strela. It's basically a point-and-kill game thanks to your surface-to-air or Stinger missiles. As a plane, however, try the P-8 or Lancaster. You don't really need to aim for your bomb to do a multi-kill, allowing you to complete this challenge pretty easily, with low effort and very safely. This is a tricky one. Killing enemies with a bomb which weighs less than 120 kilograms, 100 not being included. For this one, target open-top vehicles and SPAs and let the overpressure do its job. There are a lot of planes that can use these bombs, so you have 2 options. A hit-and-run tactic, try using a fast plane like a fighter or strike craft, dive on your open-top enemy, drop your bomb and run away. Or use a bomber and carpet bomb the enemy spawn with 100 kilogram bombs and less. Many bombers can carry up to 20 to 30 at a time, but still try to aim a bit. Finally, we're moving to the challenges that you will unlock through the Battle Pass at different stages. The first asks you to be in the top 3 of your team, so this one's on you. Try your best, I guess. For this one, you'll need to destroy 30 players while rolling at 30 km per hour, minimum. I think this one is very top tier focused, but you might be able to do it with an R3 T20 or the new Russian BTR-88. The last challenge asks you to destroy 7 vehicles while using a vehicle of each rank. So for this one, feel free to use whatever you want. It's pretty easy to do if you have a vehicle of each rank. That's all for the challenges of this season. I hope these tips will help you progress faster through the Battle Pass and help you reach the rewards you desire. If you have any tips for the players out there, feel free to share them in the comments. Same thing if you have any questions, feel free to ask. As always, thank you for watching and I'll see you soon.